Good morning everybody, Herbert here from the Surfr app, and today I have a lot of exciting news to share with you about the Apple Watch from this beautiful place, Montes Claros in the middle of Brazil. Not really, but let's dive straight into it because we have our biggest update prepared for you for the Apple Watch since our first version. And I want to dive straight into our action button support for the Apple Watch Ultra. Which means that you can start and stop your sessions by clicking pushing simply the buttons instead of having to, puzzle around with the water on your screen and water lock, etc. So let's move straight over. First of all, to the iPhone, where you can, if you go to the Watch app on your iPhone and you then go to Action Button, you can now configure that the action button is linked to Surfr app, and even you can configure to which discipline it's linked if you desire so. So in my case, if I press the action button, it will start recording on the Surfr app and it will start twin tipping. But I can even configure it for another discipline such as hydrofoiling, wing foiling, etc. So let's move over to the watch and see how that works. Here is my watch. Imagine I'm on the beach. The only thing I have to do is to press the action button on the side, and it will immediately start recording on the Surfr app. And while we're on the topic of the action button, I also want to show you how you can quickly finish your session once you're off the water. So let's move back over to the Apple Watch. Imagine I have this session and I jumped a 2.1 meter jump, and I just want to finish the session quickly. I can press the action button and the side button simultaneously, and my session will end straight away. And just give it a little second and you will see that the session will be uploaded to your Surfr profile. So without having to go out of the waterlock mode, you can now simply start and stop your sessions by pressing just the action button. The next feature I want to show you is the support on the Apple Watch to select your gear and select your discipline when you start recording a session. So let's move over to the Apple Watch. And if I decide to start my session by pressing the start button, it will ask me which kite I'm going to use or which wing foil or whatever gear you're using. And I can simply select it, I can select my discipline, and I can start recording. This information will then be visible in the Surfr Live section, and it will also be saved in your session afterwards. One of the most requested features for the Apple Watch was to be able to save your sessions when you're offline. So imagine you're on this magical cruise on the Red Sea and you don't have internet connection. From now on this is possible, and I will show you straight away. This watch is currently offline. I have been kiting and I'm going to finish my session by pressing the action button and the side button. And since I have no connection, the watch is telling me that the session is saved on the device and will later be synchronized automatically to the Surfr app. This means that from now on you can record all of your sessions while being offline, 10, 20, 30 sessions, it doesn't matter, and upload them all at once you're back with internet connection. One more thing that I like to share is that we improved our integration with the Apple Health app. From now on, your full details of your GPS track will be shared with Apple Health, so you'll all have all the details right there. You might want to check the permissions because we will need an extra permission for that. To do so, go to the Health app on your iPhone, select your profile, go to Apps and Services, select the Surfr app, and make sure that all of these toggles are on. We not only improved our integration with Apple Health, but we also added a feature for exporting your GPS to Strava, as well as we added a whole new way of visualizing your GPS data in the Surfr app itself. So check it also out in the Surfr app, it's actually pretty amazing. And then now the feature I'm personally the most excited about, because we are bringing live communication to the Apple Watch. This requires a connected Apple Watch with an eSIM, for example. In a lot of countries this is very easy to obtain. I'm here in Brazil and it took me like 15 minutes to acquire an eSIM for my Apple Watch Ultra. And with this new feature you can now share the stoke on the water with your friends, because kiteboarding is a solo sport, but how cool is it if you can actually communicate with your friends? Not only for fun, but even for safety. If you lose your board or there's any problem with you, you can now communicate it to your friends around you on the water. So how does it work? Let me give you a quick rundown of that. Let's move to the watch. There is a new menu item in the Surfr app, Chat Features, where you can enable the chat feature. Once enabled, you can select the language that you want to communicate in, and you can configure a few more settings that I'm not going to much into detail right now. So in my case, the chat feature is enabled. I start my session, and once it's running, I can communicate to my friends on the water. How does that work? With a simple press of the action button on the Apple Watch Ultra, or on the normal Apple Watch you can press the crown and the side button simultaneously, it will start a countdown for me to communicate. So here it goes, 3, 2, 1. Let's go off the water, I'm super hungry. And like this, the message will get recognized and it will get sent to all your friends that are around you on the water. Let's go off the water, I'm super hungry. So this is the brand new chat feature of the Surfr app, which will make it possible for you and your friends to communicate live on the water. How cool is that? We've been testing it in 25 knots here in Brazil. Obviously there is some tips on how to use it. For example, talk close to the microphone with your head turned out of the wind. Maybe once in a while you have to blow out the microphone. But once you get it, it's incredibly funny. And not only that, but it will also enhance your safety when you will be able to communicate with your friends on the water. So the last thing I want to say is thank you very much for your attention. And I hope I will see you on the water. Oh, wait, I'm getting a message. Come downstairs, the food is ready. So apparently I have to go. My girlfriend is already using this chat feature at home. So try it out and see you on the water.